Welcome to Scratch Coding. This is a series of videos to help you learn to code using Scratch. With Scratch, you can create your own stories, puzzles, and games, and whatever else you want to create. You're in control of everything in the programs that you write. Create a free account at scratch.mit.edu so you can do coding with us. Today, we're going to make a character jump, like this. You already know to make a character go up, you increase Y. See how it's changing here? And to make it go down, you decrease Y. So one might think that the code to make Y go to 120 and then to make Y go to minus 120 would make it jump. Let's see, I'm going to press 1 on my keyboard. So that changed Y to where he was up at the 120 position, and then he went back down to the minus 120 position. That does not look like a real jump. Let's try making him glide. When I press 2, he's going to glide up. For 0.7 seconds, he'll glide up to the Y position 6, and then he'll glide back down to the Y position minus 114. Let's see what that looks like. That's better than this one, but it still doesn't look like a real jump. Let's try, when I press 3 on my keyboard, we're going to do a loop. This loop, he'll go up by 8 15 times. And then this loop, he'll go down by 8 15 times. Let's see what that looks like. That looks a lot like the glide, doesn't it? Before we look at option 4, let's think more about what happens when you jump up, or if you throw a ball up. If you throw a ball up, it's going really fast in the beginning, and then as it goes up, it slows down and slows down and slows down. Gravity is making it slow down until it stops, and then it comes back down. It starts off going slow, but then gravity makes it speed up, speed up, speed up until it comes back down. So if we want to make a character jump in Scratch, we need to make the character start off fast when he jumps and then slow down till he stops. And then as he falls back down, he increases his speed. So let's go back to Scratch to see how to code that. And that's what I've coded here for when I press key 4. He starts off going faster. He slows down till he stops, and then he falls back down, getting faster and faster as he falls down. The speed that he's going, I have a variable called Y change, and that shows you how fast he's going. Watch whenever I press it and he jumps up. Y change is going to go from 15 all the way down to 1 and then back up to a minus 15. So we're just going to start off anywhere on the screen. It doesn't matter. And I set my variable to 15. And then in this loop, it repeats 15 times. It makes him go up 15, and then it changes my speed, or Y change, to 14. Then he goes up by 14, and it changes my Y by 14. Then 13, and it just keeps going in the loop until my Y change, or my speed, is down to 1. Then I have a loop to bring him back down. In this loop, we change Y change by a -1 every time. And then you change his Y position by that amount. He'll be going down -1, and then -2, -3. It just keeps repeating. Let's redo this code for another character. Let's make Nano jump. I could use Y change, but let's make a new variable, because when you're doing this in your code, you're going to have to start from the beginning. Let's call the variable speed. So here's my variable speed. We already know we're going to have a loop for him to go up and another loop for him to come down. In my other code, I used 15. But it can be different. That's not the important part. Let's just make it 20. As long as you also come back down 20. And on the way up, you're going to be changing your Y position. And on the way back down, you'll be changing your Y position. But instead of changing by 10, we want to change by speed. Normally, I would start my code whenever the green flag is clicked or something else like that happens. But I have a lot of other code running, and so let's change it to when I press the up arrow. It'll start my code. Let's make speed 20, since we're going to loop 20 times. And in the loop, we need to slow him down on the way up. And then make him go faster coming back down. Notice that these are both negative. If you start off with speed being 20 and you take away from it, speed is going to get smaller and smaller as he goes up until it gets to 0. So it'll go from 20 to 0. On the way back down, it's going to go from 0 to minus 20. So you're still changing your speed by a -1 each time. Let's see how that looks. He's not quite going all the way back down. We need to change the Y after we've taken one away. Let's try it now. That's it. That's a pretty good jump. Sometimes it's helpful to have this loop where he's going up to be separate from the loop that's coming down. But really, if this is repeated for 15 and this one is repeated for 15, and what we're doing inside there is changing Y and subtracting 1 from our Y change or from our speed, we could just loop 30 times and get rid of this second loop. The only thing, we'll have to change Y one more time after the loop, and it'll end up being the same thing. Just makes it a little shorter. That's the end of this lesson. Click like and subscribe below so I can keep making tutorials and more people can find them. Now it's your turn. Get a character and make them jump and make their speed change on the way up and down so it'll look realistic. If you can make your character jump and change their speed, then congratulations, you've finished this lesson. This free coding lesson was provided by STEMinGames. Watch more lessons and keep practicing so you can create new worlds and games and make your ideas come to life. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.